All right, number one is an equation with distributive property. And I want to be really careful in this one. Notice it's just riddled with negatives. So we have to be really careful with what we write down. I noticed on the whiteboards yesterday, some people were missing the distribution of the negative to the second thing. So negative 2 times x, negative 2x, negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8. Negative 3 times 1, negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3x is positive 9x. Great job. Shh. Okay, and then on this side, I can combine those two together. Negative x plus 3x is positive 2x. Okay, now I'm going to do some combining. I combine on this side. Negative 2x plus 9x is 7x. Positive 8 minus 3 is positive 5. Right, negative 1. Okay. Number 2, this is called a same base exponential equation. And my first question is, do they have the same base right now? No. And which base is bigger? 36. There's 6 and 6. So 36 is 6 squared. Okay. So 6 to the 3b equals 6 squared. Cancel, cancel. 3b equals 2. B equals 2/3. Remember what I said about these? The answers are not going to be nice. They might be. There's a chance. You're really lucky if they're nice. They're probably not going to be, though. So don't like freak out. Think you did something wrong. You probably didn't. It's just the nature of them. Also, the type like number 3, the fraction buster, those end up being fractions a lot just because the problem was fractions to start with. Okay, number 3. What is the least common denominator in this one? 24. We're going to have to do some calculations here. I don't know what those numbers are, but I have this guy right here. Okay, so the first thing I did was find the least common denominator. Second thing I did was multiply all of the tops by that number and making sure to multiply everything. So imagine this guy is over 1, if that helps you. Okay, now I'm going to divide, and if I did it correctly, that means that they should come out to whole numbers now. Yay, they did. Okay. Um, combine like terms and divide. And it looks like this is a really weird answer, but it's not. Do you guys know what number goes into 65 and 39? It's a weird number. It's some people think it's unlucky. 13, right? Okay, now just a quick note. Because I'm a lazy human being, I probably do 65 divided by 39 and see that it was a horrible, terrible, horrible, horrible, terrible repeating decimal. And then on my calculator, I would hit the math button, and in the math button, the very first thing is to change something to a fraction. So that's probably what I would do because the 13 might not occur to me. All of your calculators have a way to turn things into fractions. I've seen all of your calculators, they're all pretty good. So if you need any personal help with your calculator, please let me know later. But on these, if you hit the math button, the very first thing that comes up is changes it to a fraction. So it um looks like this with the little arrow and then fraction. Okay. Any questions on the first section? So this is different types of solving equations. Anything you want to ask me for numbers 1 through 3 before we move on? Okay, now we have a new section, 4, 5, and 6. And starting with number 4, here's my question for number 4. What is the operation in this problem? Subtraction. So my question is, do I make a box for subtraction? No, you only make a box for multiplication, not for subtraction. This one is just combining like terms. So those two guys go together. And this guy's all by himself. And these two guys go together. And this guy's all by himself. Okay, but I have to be really careful and subtract each time. So 7x to the fourth minus 3x to the fourth is 4x to the fourth. Okay, now I'm a person who likes to write things in order, so I'm going to do the cubes next. 6x cubed minus x cubed is 5x cubed. And then 3x squared doesn't have anybody, so he's just 3x squared. And this guy, okay, is he positive 2x or negative 2x? Positive, because you have to subtract. So minus the negative is plus. And that's as far as you can go. That's as simplified as that one will get for you guys until math 2. Okay. All right, number 5 is a box. You can tell because the parentheses are right next to each other. And it's a 2 by 2. 32b squared negative 56b negative 28b positive 49. Okay, what's negative 56 plus negative 28? Negative 84. Okay, so 32b squared minus 84b plus 49. Okay, and number 6 is also a multiplication because the 7y is directly in front of the parentheses without an operation there. But we have to be really careful of the letters. 7 times 6 is 42. And there's an x squared and a y. And I suggest you put them in alphabetical order. It will just help. It'll help you see like terms later. Minus 7. Okay, this one has 1x and 2y's. And then 7 times 7 is 49. And there's 1y here and 2y's here, so that makes it y cubed. And none of those things are like terms, so they cannot be added together any further than that. Okay, do you guys have any questions from 4, 5, or 6? Sure. Okay. All right, move down to number 7. Write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line to the given points. Slope-intercept form means y equals mx plus b. And we're going to find the slope first. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. Which point do you want to use? I have it. It's not going to matter. It's going to be bad no matter what. -3, -2 has slightly smaller numbers deal with, not smaller in the negative sense, but smaller. Should we use that one just because it's smaller? Okay. Closer to 0, I guess I should say. Okay. -2 equals 3 over 2 times -3 plus b. Okay. So this is going to take a little bit of work because we have a fraction and a whole number. So when you multiply a fraction times a whole number, you multiply these two numbers. So this is -2 equals -9 over 2 plus b. Okay, now over here, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the homework has been having questions like this in it, and it's for situations like this. What's the common denominator in this problem? 2. So I'm going to multiply this front number by 2 over 2. If you have a calculator that will do that for you, that's awesome. For me, if I'm using this, I'd probably go -2 plus 9 over 2. And then I would say change it to a fraction because I'm lazy. But I guess I'm not lazy because I did it correctly down here. Anyway, okay, y equals 3 over 2x plus 5 over 2. Okay, flip to the back. Okay, next topic, parallel and perpendicular. Number 8 is parallel slope. Okay, so parallel lines have the same slope, so -7/5. We don't change it at all. X is -5, Y is 5. Now this one's a better one than the last one because the 5's cancel. But you do have a negative times a negative, which is a positive. Okay, number 9, perpendicular slope X, Y. Okay, so I'm going to use my space up here. What's the slope of this? Just 1. And what happens if I flip 1? What do I get? So if I flip 1, I get 1, but then I have to change it to -1 to make it perpendicular. So remember, flip and change the sign for perpendicular. So here's my 1. I flipped 1 and got 1, and then I changed the sign. Ah, sweet, sweet whole numbers. and here. And right here, you could put negative 1x, that's totally fine. I just put negative x because that's how you'll most likely see it on problems. Okay, I noticed a lot of you are preparing 5,000 tracing pictures, which I'm going to do the same. Okay, first one, reflection across the x-axis. I'm going to trace my dots. And then trace the x-axis. Okay, so reflecting across the x-axis, the x is cutting through here, so I'm going to flip it downwards. B. And then line up the x-axis where it was. And this one's going to have overlap, and that's totally fine. Okay, and now I need to label. So this is U, so this becomes U prime. This is T, this becomes T prime. V, V prime. W, W prime. Okay, reflection across y equals -2. This one's hard. Y equals -2 is a horizontal line at -2. So go to the y-axis and go down to -2. And you're going to have to draw in your own line of symmetry here before you do the tracing paper. Okay, and since this is a horizontal line, we're going to flip it up. Are you done already? I figured. Okay, next one, 3 units left and 7 units up, so I'm just gonna count. 7. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think on the quiz that we had, the most missed thing was that people thought that it had to go right and down instead of left and up because they didn't notice where the primes were. Okay, my favorite right there. 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, so start by making my dots, putting my plus sign on the origin, and clockwise is going to go this direction. So quadrant 2 to quadrant 1, and I'm going to turn it until the plus sign matches up one time because each match up is 90 degrees. Right there. Okay, last one. 180. That's going to be 2 turns. There's 1 turn, 2 turns. What does this say? Is that T up there? Okay, T prime, R prime, S prime, D prime. Okay. When you guys are situated, can you get your dimensional analysis worksheet or just flip to that, please? I want to give you the answers, not the solutions, just the answers. I want you to jot your answers off to the side or check your answers. If you did not do the problems yet, you can jot the answer down in the spot, but do not put the work. I want you to actually do it later if you didn't do it yet. I did 1 through 4 in class, correct? Okay. So if you did it, you're checking your answers. And if you didn't do it, you're just jotting them down on the side so you can check them later when you do it. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 5 is 3,600. I'm on the dimensional analysis worksheet. We did 1 through 4 in class together, right, guys? Okay. So you're looking at number 5. And if you did not do it yet, you're jotting down 3,600. Number 6 is 149.6. Number 7, this is a fun one. 73,526,000. Yikes. You probably thought you did it wrong. These are spicy. Okay, and then number 8, 7,508.6. Okay, now flip to the back. Number 9, 154. Number 10, 2,459.2. Number 10, 2,459.2. Number 11, another giant number, 36,792,000. That's a lot of heartbeats in a year, just saying. Okay, and then the last one is 30.4. Okay, now, if you guys, 30.4, 30.4. Okay, now, if you guys could look at your stamp sheet side, please, and we're gonna do 2 more little things, and then I'm gonna give you the rest of the period to work on stuff. I'm not gonna stamp right now. Unless you want stamps, you can come get them in a minute, but this stuff should all be stamped. Okay, I stamped this yesterday in class, if you were here. This is not stamped yet. This is what we were just talking about. Review notes should be done. We just did that. Okay, the review assignment is the weekend homework and Wednesday night's homework. But I highly suggest you start working on it now and try to get as much of it done this period that you can. On Wednesday, we'll have our team test, and then on Thursday is our test. On Wednesday, I'll give you guys note cards, but if you want to start your note card early, I have them on the table over here. Okay, you guys all clear on timing of things? Okay, last thing I want to talk about is this, which is your test topics. Okay, the test is on Thursday. Remember, it's a regular day. We don't have any block days next week. Weird, I know, but okay. Dimensional analysis, your favorite. Solving equations, including distributing, fraction busting, name-based exponentials, and ones that require an area model. Area model meaning the box. Do you know what those words mean? Okay, so distributing, fraction busting, where you multiply all the tops by the least common denominator. Name-based exponentials are the ones where it's like 6 to the x equals 36, whatever. And then area models are the ones that need a box. Okay, reflections, rotations, translations. I think you guys all know what that is. graph in a line. Finding x and y intercept and using the graph to find the equation of a line. We haven't done that in a while, but you have notes and stuff on it, so you have to flip back in your notebook and find that. Find the equation of a line for 2 points. You just did that on the review notes. Finding the equation of a parallel or perpendicular line for a given point. We just did that in the review note. Adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. That is, look at your review notes if you want to, number 4, 5, and 6. So let me show you on my page. Adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials is these 3. So this is subtracting, multiplying with a box, and multiplying with distributive property. Adding would be just the same as this with a plus in the middle instead of a minus. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Okay. Do you have any questions about test topics? Okay. All right. So now you have